This is my final video for the course, and I will be answering the questions for the final exam. Um, for the first question, my expectations for this class were improving our social skills, but also learning how to better organize our thoughts and learning how to have a more smooth conversation with little to no pauses in between, as well as keeping a conversation going longer with someone, whether it's for small talks or getting organized about something like a project. For the second question, give two specific examples of terms/concepts from the interpersonal communication chapters. Um, One would be from the language chapter, chapter 5, because before I didn't fully understand how language could come out differently in some situations or cultures. And after going through the chapter, I understand now that there can be some subtle differences in different situations, and that those social functions and communications. Another example would be the listening chapter, chapter 6, because body language can help gauge the situation if whoever I am talking to is listening to me or not, like maintaining eye contact and the tone of the person I am talking to. Third question, describe your strongest presentation. I think the strongest presentation I did was the informative speech because I feel like I had a good flow on what I wanted to talk about, and I was able to get my notes organized as I explained about my topic. For our classmate, I felt that Georgian Lee had the strongest informative speech because when he did his speech, he didn't start off awkwardly or too slow. He was also able to give good visual aids and put a lot of personal thoughts and connection to his message, as well as maintaining proper eye contact and giving a engaging tone to listen to. Fourth question, what organizational pattern did you use to organize your interview speech? What I used was the topic order, and this helped me focus on my topic more and getting my main points organized and getting the message across in the order that I wanted. Question 5. What method of informing did you use in your informative speech? The method I used was explaining because I explained how cooking has a lot of positive benefits, as well as it being a daily occurrence when it comes to saving money, developing healthier eating habits, and a healthy way to relieve some stress. Question 6. What techniques do you use to get your audience to acute your persuasive speech? A technique I used was the desired outcome because I talked about how not knowing how to cook at home can lead to obesity and the nature of a lack of knowledge about cooking in general. I constantly laid out the on taking action to get better at cooking, to try and get the audience attention that all they need to do is to get better at cooking is to get the practice in, which leads to more motivation at cooking. Seventh question. How has your public speaking skills improved over the course of this term? In the beginning of this class, I know for my first few speeches, they all started a bit awkward, and there would be some times where I either pause or stutter my words in the middle of explaining something. And this would cause me to make more attempts until I was satisfied with the result. But but now I feel like these problems or bad habits happens less often when I first started. Eighth question. What did your instructor write were your strength? I believe my instructor said that I have a good narrative to my topic and a good organization and flow. Ninth question. What was the theme in your areas for improvement from the instructor? For me, my instructor said that my voice could have conveyed more energy and that I needed to try and work on a style when I speak to stand out above the rest. Um, but I don't feel like I improved too much because I feel like I could have emphasized more on a important point that I was trying to make. And right now, I still haven't really figured out how to find my voice when discussing a personal topic that would suit my style of speaking. Question 10. What do you think you could have done better in your performances? What I think I could have done better was refine my main points for my informative speech because after reviewing it, I feel like the points I made didn't perfectly transition to the next point. Uh, what what also would have helped was adding more visual aids to help strengthen my points and have more information to my audience. Final question. What are your professional goals for the future? My goal is to put everything I learn from this class into my future classes, of course, but also for my part-time job, where I need to try and talk to people in a engaging way and in an appropriate and friendly manner. But I think this class has prepared me in general for public speaking whenever I need to talk or try and get a message across that I feel like is important.